Welcome back, guys. So this is my series I drop every single Sunday of WWE Mount Rushmore of a certain category. Now, if you want to see me do a Mount Rushmore of a certain category, let me know what that category is, but just see which ones I've done before. Otherwise, you might double up, and I don't want to do that because it's just going to be the same thing after all. So if you want to see any category, WWE Mount Rushmore, do let me know. So this is of course just all my opinion, and one quick caveat, my videos are based on WWE, so just bear that in mind. It's WWE and NXT and everything that is WWE. So today's one is WWE gimmick changes or gimmick improvements, more like it. Now just a quick couple of caveats. I'm not going to take someone that had one or two enhancement talent roles and then they became like Jeff and Matt Hardy and Mick Foley. It's somebody that must have had an established gimmick and then changed it to something that I think is better. I hope that makes sense. Not somebody that, like John Moxley, he was with pink hair on enhancement talent and then he just moved on. And you guys get what I'm saying. I'm babbling, but you guys completely understand what I'm saying. So how this game works, I list a bunch that could be on there in no specific order, and then I list 3 that should absolutely be on there, and then you guys in the comment section, you have to let me know who the 4th is, or ultimately let me know who your 4 would be. So let's start off with Husky Harris to Bray Wyatt. So he started off in NXT, and he started off with the army tank with the Ferrari engine, and he was a big beast and all of that, but he changed to Swamp Bray Wyatt, which is just, Swamp Bray Wyatt, rest in peace. I miss him so much. The Fiend, I was big on The Fiend, but not as big as Swamp Bray Wyatt. Swamp Bray Wyatt was just the best. Did he win enough? No, but that's not the point. Next, we've got, this one's going to get me a hate. American Badass Undertaker back to the Phenom, to the Dead Man. So that time period where he was the American Badass, I know he did that because he felt like his gimmick was stale, so I respect that, but it was not my favorite gimmick of The Undertaker. I preferred the Dead Man, the Phenom. I preferred that gimmick. So when he went from Badass back to that, I think that's a good change. And let me know which one you prefer, American Badass or the Phenom, Dead Man, Undertaker. I'm sure there's some of you that grew up watching Ruthless Aggression, that's American Badass fans, and do let me know how wrong I am. Then we have Festus to Luke Gallows. So Festus was a gimmick where he was a wrestling beast, but he was just basically in a comatose state until the bell rang, and then he became a beast, and then it was horrendous. And then of course he became Luke Gallows with his friend Carl Anderson and the Good Brothers. It's just so much better. Next we have Make a Difference Fatu, or just any of his gimmicks, to Rikishi. Rikishi, one of the most over acts in WWE Attitude Era, or like Jim Ross would say, it was Jim Ross, like he would say, Rikishi. Rikishi, one of the most over WWE Attitude Era stars. He was legitimately at the verge of being a top star main eventer until he did it for The Rock. But I don't want to speak about that. So he was of course the Sultan, he was Make a Difference Fatu, but Rikishi was it. Next we have Karma, the Supreme Fighting Machine, to the Godfather. Again, so incredibly over in WWE Attitude Era and after that. But if he's going to make an appearance today, the Godfather, he's going to get the pop of the night. So just, that's such a good gimmick change. Next we have Kwang. Really? Kwang to Savio Vega. Savio Vega, one of the best in-ring talents WWE has ever had, and they put him in a gimmick called Kwang. Savio Vega had so many memorable matches, a lot of them were Stone Cold. Next, we've got Farouk Nassad. Really, what is that he's wearing on his head? And he, of course, became Farouk, the leader of the Nation of Domination. Farouk Nassad. Really, and he wore a blue gladiator helmet on his head. Just, that's all kinds of troubling. Next, Bob Sparkplug Holly to Hardcore Holly. So this was in the time where all the WWE superstars, for some reason wrestling can't just be their job, they had to have a job, and he was a race car driver, so naturally his name's going to be Sparkplug. Then we have Jesse James, who was just basically a roadie to Jeff Jarrett and just basically nothing more, to the Road Dogg. Road Dogg, one of the most over guys on the mic in the Attitude Era. He's grouped with somebody we might mention next, just absolutely incredibly over with that whole gimmick of the first 5 minutes of the matches, Jim just announcing themselves. Next, we have Rockabilly. really, Rockabilly. And he went on to become Billy Gunn, Road Dogg's tag team partner, the New Age Outlaws, part of D-Generation X, possibly the most over entrance start ever. Not necessarily the full entrance, or not start, the end of the entrance, where they, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, you guys get what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, just go on YouTube and watch the New Age Outlaws, watch their entrance. Next we have Deacon Batista, who was Devon Dudley's deacon when Devon Dudley became a preacher. He carried a box, he had cut off sleeves of a suit jacket, and he had a big chain. And he became Batista. I mean, come on, really? Deacon Batista? Then the last one to not make it on, and I was really tempted to put him on, but his stint was so short as this gimmick, so I think it just doesn't warrant putting him on the Mount Rushmore. That is Rocky Maivia with the blue tassels and the pineapple hairstyle and all of that, and he became The Rock. One of, if not the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment. And he was Blue Tassel Man. Next, and this is now officially the Mount Rushmore, so the three that I think deserves to be on there, and then you can let me know how wrong I am, of course. It's Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the blue blood, the snob, the guy who dressed like somebody from Downton Abbey, and he became a degenerate. He became Triple H, who's now, of course, the lead creative of WWE. Do you think that British blue blood snob is becoming lead creative? No, absolutely not. Next, we have, okay, he had multiple gimmicks, but let's just do Isaac Yankem. An evil dentist. Really? Evil dentist. Just why? That was for Jerry Lawler to feud with Bret Hart, and Jerry Lawler brought in the muscle, and that was him. And he became Kane. 1997 will never be the same without, that's gotta be Kane. And by the way, a lot of people think it was Jim Ross who said it. No, it was actually Vince McMahon who said, that's gotta be Kane. And the last one on the Mount Rushmore is the Ringmaster, and he was paired with a manager because Vince McMahon thought he's not a good talker. Right. He was told in WCW, I almost said WCEC, WCW, he will never draw money. I know my videos are not based on WWE, but I just want to make that clear. He watched a program about Richard Klikinski. I can't speak this morning. Richard Klikinski, I think his surname is. Just let me know how wrong I am again. And if you let me know how wrong I am about this, then I know you watched it to the end of the video. Then you're a stud. Anyway, he watched a documentary and he wanted to adopt that cold, heartless persona. And a couple of names was thrown about. He didn't like anything until his wife said, drink your tea, it's going to become stone cold. And that's where Stone Cold started. Where would WWE be without Stone Cold? I know my childhood would be completely different without Stone Cold. Again, let me know how badly I butchered that guy's surname, and if you do that in the comment section, then I know you're a stud and you'll watch it at the end of the videos. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and do let me know if you've got any suggestions for Mount Rushmores. Until next time, peace!